Hey everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Call. Beliefs dictate our behavior, whether you're conscious of those beliefs or not. Thoughts truly are things, but due to their intangible nature, far too many people are completely ignorant to the sheer power of a single thought. A belief cried out for freedom in 1776. A belief kept a woman in the front of the bus in 1955. A belief flew 2 planes into the World Trade Center. A belief has earned one person millions of dollars, and a belief has enslaved 1 million more. Thoughts are things, very powerful things. Tragically, many of the negative beliefs that dictate the course of our existence are not even our own. Beliefs are passed down from our mothers, fathers, teachers, preachers, and society as a whole. They represent the core, the very roots of our existence and conscious thought. Roots, by their very nature, keep us grounded and provide nutrients so that we can actually blossom. Not too long ago, I noticed a plant on my balcony that wasn't doing so well. When I had bought the plant earlier in the year, I placed it in this humongous pot that I knew it could never outgrow. I watered the plant and made sure it received the perfect amount of sunlight, to the level one can actually have feelings for a plant. I guess you could say I love the plant. The plant had peaked though, and my outside-in efforts and best intentions, they weren't helping anymore. Only when I was throwing the plant away did I notice the genesis of its struggle. Underneath a very thin layer of topsoil was a mangled, uncontrollable mess of roots in the exact same shape of that too big pot I put it in earlier that year. The tangled system of roots had grown in every possible direction and had consumed every last bit of soil and nutrients in that pot. I was the culprit of this plant's demise, but I did learn something valuable in the experience. Plants and people, they're not designed for boxes. Roots have both the power to nurture and destroy. Same goes with your beliefs. As parents, we have the power to show our children how to fly, or we can simply say, get down from there. As educators, we have the power to care by example, or we can sit on our hands and morals and complain that kids just don't care anymore. As leaders in our community and our country, we have the power to unleash the potential of a person and the entrepreneurial spirit of an entire nation by simply getting out of the way. Or we can put someone in a box and tell them they need to be taken care of. Philosopher Ayn Rand stated that our beliefs are often a junk heap of unwarranted conclusions, false generalizations, undefined contradictions, undigested slogans, unidentified wishes, doubts, and fears thrown together by chance, but integrated into your subconscious into a kind of mongrel philosophy, infused into a single solid weight called self-doubt. Like a ball and chain in the place where your mind's wings should have grown. There is no protective mechanism against a thought. Think about it. The human body has an amazing capacity to expel unwanted junk. If a piece of pollen finds its way into my nose, I sneeze. When harmful bacteria enters my system, you develop a fever to burn it off. Eat a bad hamburger at In-N-Out? Yeah, it's coming out, and fast. Have a bad bug in your intestines? I think you get the point. A negative thought, a belief can take root in someone's mind and never leave for decades. In fact, the only thing it leaves is a path of destruction in its wake. A human being is the only species on the planet that can sit alone in a room and make himself sick. How do you then own your beliefs? You can't sell what you don't own, so this clarity is paramount. There is a profound difference between a belief and an intellectual agreement. An intellectual agreement is just an alleged belief that has a shelf life up into the point of action or behavior. You know what? Behavior never lies. I believe I should floss. I believe I should work out. I adore my wife or husband. I believe I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. I believe the health of my children is paramount and extremely important. In the absence of action, these thoughts are nothing more than mere puffs of air in a rudderless mind. They do nothing more than sustain mediocrity and appease the insignificance of their host. Challenging someone else's beliefs? That's a formidable task. Challenging your own beliefs? That's next to impossible. You are quite possibly the most difficult person you will ever have to deal with in your entire life. If you aren't happy, if you feel stuck, if you're living paycheck to paycheck with no end in sight, if you remain idle at a weight that can best be described as just jolly, if your life would be so much better if blah, blah, blah. You know what? It's highly likely that you're root bound. You must wage war on the beliefs that are choking off your potential. You know what? This is not always a feel-good exercise. If you simply want to feel good and never truly change, seriously, just go drink some wine and say you'll do it tomorrow. The amount of space between your reality and truly an epic life is directly proportional to the contradictions you create and tolerate. To arrive at a contradiction is to confess an error in one's thinking. To maintain a contradiction, that's to abdicate your mind and evict oneself from the realm of reality. One does not eradicate contradictions and reframe their entire belief system over a weekend, and certainly not over this short video. This is certainly not an exercise in blame, though, either. Your beliefs dictate your behavior, which in turn creates your environment and results. Own that. If you can't accept that truth, growth is impossible, bitterness is inevitable, and mediocrity shall forever be your highest goal.